our celebration of women in property, and I'm now joined by Allan. And Hannah, you've started quite recently in property. What attracted you to starting to invest in property? What was it about property that sort of floated your boat?
I think it's sort of a general conception that property is a good investment. It's kind of widely known that it's secure to invest in property. It was actually my younger sister that sort of got me involved in it. She's got her own network marketing business, and she was really into networking, and she took me along to an intro evening which she thought was about women networking, and it turned out to be like an intro to a property programme. So that's how I kind of initially got started in it, and we were both like, yeah, great, we're going to be property investors. She realised she couldn't commit to it, and then my partner actually is really interested in property, has had a couple of properties in the past, so we decided to sort of embark on the journey together and build up our own property portfolio with the aim to become financially free and run that full time between the two of us.
Okay, so where have you started investing and why?
So we invest in Liverpool, mainly because it's cheaper than London, which I think a lot of first-time buyers know that it's really hard to get started in London. So we looked up north, picked a few cities that we liked the look of, visited Liverpool, and we just really fell in love with it, actually. I think you have to enjoy spending time in the city or the place that you're investing, because you spend a lot of time there. So that was mainly why we chose Liverpool. And then we also, whilst in London, we work on the rent-to-rent strategy as well, just because it's close to home. Room rentals are much more common in London, and it's easy for us to do that during the week, whilst particularly while I was working my full-time job and couldn't necessarily travel during the week. It was really good sort of to keep us going and work on cash flow strategy as well, so that I could try and get out of my full-time job.
Do you feel that to be successful in property, you've really got to immerse yourself into it, come to events like this, go on the forums, read, really kind of become like a property sponge?
Yeah, you don't have to, it's up to everyone, but it definitely helps, everything that you can do to increase your mindset, increase your knowledge, your learning, every room you're in full of property entrepreneurs is full of experience and knowledge. And, there could be people just starting out, there could be people that have been investing for years. Everyone's got a story to tell, everyone provides you some kind of motivation, inspiration, and the knowledge within a room is just invaluable. Even down to there's so many groups on Facebook, the people that ask questions there, the people that share the answers. There's always different opinions, but it's completely invaluable to sort of completely immerse yourself with like-minded people, definitely.
Definitely. Would you say that you've been in property about a year now, I think you said. Would you say that your experience of the reality of it is how you imagined it to be, or has it been more challenging, less challenging?
It's been a real mixture, actually. I think it was very stressful doing it with a full-time job. Not having as much time, and I often think now I don't really know how I managed to do both at the same time. It's been a few stressful weeks recently completed on a purchase the day before my mortgage offer ran out, so I've experienced a lot of things that I definitely hadn't anticipated when I got into it. So on the one hand, it's been how I thought it had, and on the other hand, you can't predict what's going to come up. You never know what challenge you're going to face, and every day is a different experience and a different learning curve. So all positive though, I wouldn't change anything. Even the parts that have been challenging, I know that I've grown and experienced from them, so it's all been a completely valuable experience.
No, I think you're absolutely right. You can learn the most from the most challenging situations.
Yeah.
Just to finish then, what would you say to a lady that's watching this at home and thinking, oh, I've been thinking about property for a long time, I'm not